I'm back. So if you have watched the video on the abbreviations and shorthands, I think that will be very helpful in understanding what I'm about to share. So I'll start with what did the week unfold for both the NQ and the ES. So recap, this is what I expect to happen. So Monday I expect a chop. Tuesday I expect it to continue chopping or probably draw Monday's low, and then I'm only really expecting Wednesday to draw either Monday, Tuesday low plus maybe last Friday's low, which is this one, the big down close candle. Okay, and then Thursday expand higher, Friday can be chopped or continue expanding higher. Okay, so basically if you read this, you will anticipate that actually what I meant was I'm hoping to see Tuesday or Wednesday to be the low of the week. So I mean, we can see that Tuesday was the low of the week for both ES and NQ. I mean, I give myself some leeway, right? So we are saying that either Tuesday or Wednesday. So it turns out to be Tuesday. So I guess I'm pretty much correct. Yep, Tuesday low of week occurred. Okay, now this is nothing special. This is just your expectation, right? If it happens, and then you just trade according to it. Okay, now the other part that I quite like, that really did unfold, was this sentence over here. Okay, sure, I'm wrong, because I was expecting Wednesday to be the low of week in this sentence here, but the part that I'm proud of, I guess, is first we say that we want price to go below last week candle low, right? By last week we mean that this is the current week, right? This 1 2 3 4 5 is the current week. Last week's candle's low is actually this low, right? Why is it this low? Because it's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So these 5 down close candle is essentially the week's worth of candle, and then the low is this. So what I say here is price will go below the last week's candle's low here, and then on ES, right, ES being the right one, it will go below this low. So again, this is the weekly low. Both have somewhat similar chart, right? But one additional caveat that I added was probably drawing the discount order block or bullish order block on the weekly time frame on ES. So as you can see, I actually draw the weekly order block for the week one. So if I go back to the weekly chart, this is the price level that I call out last week already, right? And price really, I mean, it pretty much just came down, touch it, and then expand higher after that. So yes, I got it wrong in the sense that I didn't get it to be the low of the week on Wednesday, but at least in my own expectation, I know where the price can likely go to, and it did, which is here, right? It really did draw this level, held. By held, I mean like it touches it and then it wicks below this low, okay, and then close above this low. Okay, so this is the low I'm interested in. Price went down. How far did it go? It go to the order block weekly, which I call out, and then it closed back above and within it. So this move is very powerful, right? Because after this happens, my expectation is price will go higher from there. Okay, how high it can go, I mean, I'm not absolutely certain, right? Yeah, I only say that it can go higher. In fact, I also say that Thursday confirm can likely go higher, because usually when price starts moving higher, it doesn't just move for one day. That means, for example, in this case, is Tuesday was the one that's the low, right? If Tuesday is the low, then we can expect maybe Wednesday and Thursday to at least move higher for these 2 days. Okay, so if Wednesday is the low, then you can expect that Thursday can move higher for sure, right? And then Friday maybe possible as well. So all in all, I think I'm quite happy that my expectation was somewhat correct. Yeah. So again, this is not a. I'm not trying to inflate my own ego and say that, hey, I'm correct in this situation. But I think the main gist that I'm really proud of myself is the fact that I can call out this level to be the point where my price can turn around. Yeah, I think this is hard to identify. Okay? So with that means basically the week's ended. The question then becomes, what's next? Okay? So to do that, as usual, I'll go back to my table. I will create a new week plan. So this is technically November's last week coming up. Okay, last week of the month. More movement or sideways? Okay, so let's go straight in. By the way, this app is Notion. I use it to record my trades, in a sense like a journal like that. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Quite like it. Okay, so first thing, as usual, seasonality. What is likely to happen in November itself? So I usually already have the seasonal tendency portion. So let's take a quick look. This is the S&P seasonality. Again, I took out from ICT's video and just screenshot it for my own reference. So we are now in November. Okay, and we are probably in the final week. So let's double check. Yeah, next week is definitely in the final week, 26th to 30th November. Okay. So looking at that, last week of November, which is this portion here, tends to be a little bullish, right? You see this portion here is upward sloping. So I'll write here, final week of November looks bullish. Can potentially anticipate a run higher. More so, given that price respected the W1 candle low from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so I'm referring to, this is the previous week. We are looking at the next week, right? So this previous week, 2 weeks ago is this one, which is what I just said in the analysis. The closing analysis. Okay. So with that in mind, tendency is bullish. Okay, let's look into the chart. So for this purpose, we tend to go to the monthly time frame first, which is M1. So for monthly, here's the interesting part. So we are now left with 1 week in the month. Okay, if the month closed below this high, below this 21237.75, maybe we are looking at a bit more retracement. If price close above 21237.75, we will retrace less and then go higher. Okay, so on the monthly, just now is just simply anticipating whether price want to go higher, how much higher, and all that stuff. Yeah, but on the money itself, you can't really tell, is there any level of interest? Nope, there's nothing else here. Okay, so M1, not much help in identifying current higher time frame price action. Okay, however, we hope that this coming final week of November would close higher. will lead to NQ closing higher on the M1 chart. Okay, this is just a hook. Now moving on to the weekly. Okay, so for the weekly, I think it looks pretty straightforward. I like the fact that price went below the last week's low on both sides, and then it wicked it, right? So what can I expect from here? Okay, one, whenever we wick below some lows and then close above, my expectation is that price would at least draw here. That means you see right now there's a small wick above, right? Yeah, my expectation is next week, that means when Monday comes, when the market open, price will at least go above. It will definitely go 20905.75 first, no matter what. So even if you want to go lower, it will go there first and go lower. Okay? So generally speaking, the fact that we wick below and close above, my expectation is that weekly, okay, price didn't close below prior week low on both ES and NQ. Right, it didn't close below this. I should rephrase this. Price wicked below prior week low on both ES and NQ, and then close higher. This supports higher prices on both indices. That's it. Don't need to think more, no need to add more to that. The fact that it wick below, close above, it means that price wants to go higher on weekly time frame. In short, weekly time frame is bullish. Okay? Like I said, at least until this 5993.5, at least until this 20905.75. Okay, right now you can see the price closed at 20878.25, 0.75 here. It will at least go to 20905.75. Okay, that's my minimum expectation. Okay, so that's it for the weekly chart. Let's go to the daily chart. Daily chart, I think there's a very clear target, not for ES, but for NQ. Okay, so this is the part whereby the relevant candle thing that I talk about come in. So my expectation is that since price went below this low of this particular candle, okay, and then it started moving higher, and it went past the middle of this candle. Like if I take a feed and draw over this one particular candle here, okay, and then I give you a measurement in purple, right? Can you see that price actually closed above the middle point of this candle here? It closed above here, and it continued to close above it. Okay, in fact, if we look at the low of this candle here, I like the fact that price actually bounced right at the 50% level, right? 20693.5. Right? Okay, if you look at the here, this low price over here, if I mouse over this candle, 20693.25. So price went one tick below the middle, the 0.5 level, and then it closed higher. That is bullish in my opinion. Okay, and if I apply the same logic, the fact that price closed higher means that I still expect price to continue moving higher. Okay, so on candle closing basis, both ES and NQ are up close after wicking below. That means they both have a decent size wick below and then close higher, right? So you can see the body is very close to the top. This is bullish. Okay, second, where can price go to? in my opinion, if I had to make a educated guess, right? Since we're talking about the last week of November, I think it's reasonable to think that NQ would likely go until 2098.1.5 at least. There is this green line that I already drawn out long ago. Yeah. For NQ, I expect price to draw the RCD1 high. Okay. If I translate this into the ES chart, ES already done what I said here, right? Because this is the candle that is important. This candle here, right? And you can see that actually ES already went through it, above and through it, right? So technically, if ES still wants to continue higher, I think the next reasonable place to go, okay, could be here. This 6025.25 is a next reasonable target to go to. Otherwise, if it cannot reach there, at the very least, price should attempt to touch this 6012.25, which is pretty new. 20 handles here is pretty much just $2 on SPY. Yeah, so it's pretty close. So I think it can at least reach until here. But I mean, if NQ is going to go until here, then likelihood ES can technically go until 6025.25 as well. Okay? For ES, I expect price to draw the high of the right. When I say series of down close candle, I mean like you see this one down close, second down close, right? So if price really want to go higher, where should it technically go until, or reasonably go until? It can go to the high of the first down close candle. Okay, and that will be enough for the month. So if price can even go all the way higher until here and past it, nice. Okay. So the target is pretty clear on both ES and NQ, in my opinion. So my expectation is bullish. But if you think in terms of how much price can move, right? You realize that actually my target is pretty muted. Right, you can see that last week, the whole week's movement is about what? 500 handles on the NQ, and for this one is like what? 140 handles on the ES. But you can see that right now, my target for the coming week is nowhere near that amount. It's probably like what? 30 handle here, like maybe one fourth or 1/5 of what I expect, what we can see from the prior week. Why? Because we're on the last week of the month. Don't expect price to keep moving. Yeah, we move at start of the month, we retrace on the second week of the month, we attempt to go higher on the third week of the month, and then now we're in the final week. So sure, if price really go higher, it probably can just pass this high, and I think that is very optimistic. The fact that price can pass any of these two levels, I'm happy enough. Yeah, for NQ, if it passed above this 2098.1.5, that's pretty good already. Okay. So yep, that's it for the daily chart. Let's see whether got anything on the 4 hour. Okay, for 4 hour, is there anything I like? Yes. Again, same thing. You can see that this candle here, it has a long wick below and long wick above. Okay, question is, when this occurs, Am I still bullish or am I still bearish? Right? Apply the same logic. Whatever logic you apply for the weekly just now, if you scroll back later to see what I said there, I was saying that if we have a long wick below and then price close higher, my minimum expectation is that price will at least go to the high of this candle. Okay? So, if price attempt to go to the high of this candle, one, it can just barely touch it and then reverse lower. That means the next 4 hour candle you see a wick above and then price go lower after that. Or that move there is going to be energetic and just shoot past and maybe go above this high as well. That means the Thursday high here. Yeah. It can happen. Okay, if I apply the same logic to the ES, same thing. Right? Because one, there is an order block here. Price actually drawn it. Okay, you know this yellow color one. Price actually drawn the order block 4 hour here as well. Okay, in fact it went even deeper. It went all the way to the rejection block here. So this is R plus 4 hour. It held there. ES stronger because it didn't manage to go to the rejection block level. It stayed at the order block level here. And then already held. So the fact that these two draw a order block and then manage to hold with a long lower wick, and then the next candle is also a lower wick, chances are the next 4 hour candle is likely to go higher. That's all. Maybe the start of the week we already hit the target. Like maybe Monday or Tuesday we already hit it. Then I'll expect price maybe to just sit around and do nothing. Yeah. But either way, the main goal is it's still bullish even on the 4 hour. Okay. Extra 4 hour. Price also look promising to expand higher. Okay. So, quick recap. Last week we were expecting neutral / bullish because I was saying if price doesn't close below this, in fact I was saying if price doesn't close below this swing low, I will maintain bullish, right? But this week, analyzing it again with 5 more days of trading, it's clear that price already respected all this discount level, right? And then it's wanting to go higher. Yeah, so you can see that I'm no longer neutral. There's no neutral part. I'm only purely bullish. And the thing is, I'm not super bullish until I expect price to just shoot up and go past the high here. No, I'm just saying that if we even reach to this 2 red level for the ES, or NQ reach to this green color level, we are pretty good for November. Okay, that means there's not much left on the table lah, basically. Now, with that in mind, that's the analysis in terms of chart. So, I think we answered this point already. Okay, so one, what is the relevant candle here? It means daily, because it's pretty clear. Right? So, done. Okay, now moving forward. Let's take a look at the calendar, and then we can call it. Okay, as usual, when you're looking at calendar, we'll go to forexfactory.com and then just find the calendar. Then whenever you go to the website at the end of the week, they usually start showing you the next week's calendar. So again, we are always looking for a red folder news for US. Okay, how to find which one is US? Just see the currency and see USD. Means it's most likely, it is a US news. Okay, so we have a Tuesday consumer confidence. So let me write that down. Here, Tuesday, consumer confidence, 10 a.m. Note, I'm using New York time. That means it's GMT minus 5 now. UTC minus 5, sorry. Right, so this timing they show on the website is in my time zone. You can see the time here. Now it's 3:41 p.m. on a Sunday. Right, it's a Singapore time, GMT plus 8. So usually I will just straight away adjust it to the US timing because it's more intuitive for me. Okay, so we have that. Is there any other in USD stuff? Yes, there is. There's a GDP 8:30 on Wednesday. Okay, and then we also have another one, PCE price index. (10 a.m.) So Wednesday seems like double news. Good. On Wednesday afternoon, FOMC minutes, 2 p.m. Okay, and then Friday has nothing. Okay, I can't remember, maybe this week could be a holiday. Let me take a look. Take a look, there is actually a holiday this week. Yeah, I mean it's Thanksgiving. So it seems like 28 and 29 November there is gonna be no trading. That means Wednesday, Thursday. I should put like this. Is it? Thursday, Friday has no trading. So it's going to be a pretty short week. We will end the week lightly with just 3 days of trading. So with a short trading week, right? All the more, I'm expecting that price is gonna stick to what I said earlier. That means they're not gonna, I don't expect within the first 3 days of the month it's gonna shoot up all the way to here, but rather price will reach these levels that I called and then start hanging around. Yep. So if that's the case, I can't be too bullish, right? Yeah. Now the question is, since we only have 3 days, how do we navigate this? Here's what I think. The moment price hit any of this level, I'm done. That means if it does that on Monday, the whole week I'm done. There's nothing else to do. If you hit that on Tuesday, that means I'm giving up on Wednesday. That means Wednesday I don't even need to see the market. It's likely going to be sideways. Sure, can it move? Yes. But in light of all the news, in light of a longer weekend and all that shit, not worth. Right? And most price isn't going to trap people. So, with that expectation, it's better to just sit out once price hit those levels. Okay? So, if I understand that correctly, right, I really think that there is no trading on those 2 days. Let me take a look. Since that Friday will definitely be closed after 12. But this is confusing. I think Thursday can still be traded. Yeah, but either way, I think the expectation doesn't change. The moment we hit those level, it's good enough to call it a day. Yep. Okay, with that in mind, on which day do I think that price will hit those levels that I said? Right? That is a very tough question to answer. Hopefully, what I would want to see is maybe Monday chop again. Yeah, although very unlikely. Why? Why I think Monday is unlikely to chop? Because Friday was a chop. Like it or not, this look like it moved? No, I think this is a chop. Okay, if you look at the move on Friday was very limited. So since Friday is a chop, then I expect that Monday and Tuesday can already start moving. Yeah, so it's very likely that we'll draw the target that I have here by Tuesday. So what is the alternative narrative? I think it's very unlikely, super unlikely. Monday equal chop. Yeah, I don't think Monday is going to chop much. In fact, I think Monday can go higher already. So alternative plan is if Monday really chop, that means it failed to even go to the nearby target here, right? Then I will expect Tuesday to draw Monday's low. Wednesday to hit target. Yeah. So what do I anticipate then as an overall idea? I actually think it could be Monday low of week plus price chopping after hitting target on both ES. Thank you. To close the like I said, yes, there is one part of me that hope that price can eventually close above this 21341, but I don't think that it's gonna happen this week. I may be wrong. Even if I'm wrong, I know my direction is bullish. Okay, with that, let's see what happens in the coming week. Quite interested to know as well. Thank you.